We have local feel with a global reach. You're watching Out of Bounds with me, T-Rex, Vonda, and Henry. Want to send out our prayers and wishes for Denise to get. Hopefully, she gets feeling better real soon. Uh, so, with that said, background, she'll be texting us. Hopefully, she'll go Big Daddy so we can laugh.
No, no.
But but today we're gonna talk about something that I think I've not ever known. That you're welcome, Denise. I think the only person that I ever known that had that was Tevin Campbell when he was talking about uh, I saw you, whatever that song is. What's the name of that song? I know we name. Can we talk? That's the name of that song. So with that being said,
Uh-huh.
so what can you? So with that being said, tonight we're going to talk about what is the point of a one night stand or a hookup, and then we have a follow up on that uh, when we get to the next part. So who wants to start? Who wants to
I'm a,
start? You want to give us a late opinion? Let
I'm
let
a,
her give
I'm
let
a,
her give
I'm
us
a,
a lady's opinion.
yeah,
Go ahead. Go
that's what
ahead.
I'm saying, man. I'm
No,
gonna let
well,
the
no.
ladies go first. Let the lady,
Oh, let
lady.
her go.
And I'm all alone today. Don't
You
tag
got
team
help
me,
in the
guys.
background. You got
Don't
help in the
tag team
background.
me, guys.
We will. We will.
So, you said what was the difference?
Yeah. It's a
What was the
what
difference
is the
between a
point?
hookup and a
What
one
is the
night stand? Is
point
that what you said?
of a one night stand or a hookup?
Oh, what's the point? The point of a one night stand is just what it is, I guess. Mostly, I'm sure it's for pleasure, and I'm sure that it is not anything that is intended to last for brief, like I said, brief pleasure. So that's what I think of it as. But not saying that it can't turn out to be something because you have a lot of emotions flowing. And so with that first encounter, one may want another encounter. So it's one night stand, but it could turn into something
Yeah,
else.
that's what Denise said. She said a hookup can turn into something. Yeah,
Possibility.
positive, turn into something positive. The second part of that is before I let you go,
Mhm.
Vonda. The second part of that question was, do you think men and women enjoy hookups? That's kind of like redundant, don't you think? I think they would enjoy it, wouldn't you? Why would they do something they don't?
Yeah,
Mm, okay,
right.
Henry.
And they do it with no strings attached. So I guess that's a good part of it, no strings
Yeah,
attached.
Henry.
Well,
What
Terry,
about your friends who have?
I'm gonna sort of disagree a little bit, Terry. Um,
Mhm.
uh,
Hmm.
Meaning that you can a hookup is just what it says. We just go, hey, there's a lust there. I think you're attractive,
Mhm.
and let's knock boots. But you could be thoroughly disappointed in that hookup. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and while that person's there in the bed, hey, lock up and leave, and I'll holler at you. Um, with that intention. But if I firmly believe in just being totally honest, if the hookup ain't what it is, just tell that person, look, this is not what I'm looking for. You know, and can it turn into something? Uh, I'm gonna say maybe it could, but anytime a relationship is built on a lustful intent from the start, man, I think that it has to be built on friendship and knowing and understanding
Hmm.
that person in order for it to last. Because that hookup, man, you can see a young lady with salt and pepper hair with little necklace on and black outfit and just want to say, hey, hey, hey.
Bamboo earrings. She's around the way girl. Well, I disagree with
No,
both.
I ain't around.
I hey, I just saying what LL said. I disagree with both of y'all. All right, and the reason why I say that is this. The first part I do agree with you, a hookup. A hookup is just what it is, a hookup. But a one night
Mhm.
stands can turn into
Hmm.
something positive. I believe that. I mean, because just because it was a one night stand doesn't mean that you know there had to be some kind of emotion other than just lust. If it was just lust, it'd be a hookup, like you said, Henry. One or the other would bail over. But if it was a one night stand, to me, a one night stand means you wake up together. A hookup means you finish your business and move on. To me, now y'all correct me if I'm wrong. That's how I see both of them, and I just believe that a relationship can come from a one night stand. You know, especially with two mature people, who understand. Hey, it started out this way, but it ended up this way, and that could happen. But I
I
just
guess
want
it
to know
could,
is
but man, but they wrote a song too about that too. Blame it on the alcohol, So
you know, I thought you was gonna say that one about naughty by nature. That's what I thought you was gonna say.
yeah,
But hey, my another question to that is, we'll break it down in two pieces. So this one is a hookup. A hookup. It says will a man and a woman enjoy it? All I can say is on a hookup, it's a hookup. I mean, hopefully we anticipate the enjoyment, but it may not be enjoyed. So what do y'all think? Just on the hookup, not the one night hookup.
I'm gonna put my glasses on this one for the hookup is just that, like you said, man. It's an encounter, and that's it, And I'm gonna tell you, like Bernie Mac said, the late great Bernie Mac, you better get yours before I get mine.
All right, Bernie, that from Rich. I got 15 minutes. You can do blah 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 or blah blah blah, whichever's come first. That's what he said. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Vonda, Vonda, what you think on the hookup?
No, I'm like you.
Okay.
A hookup is just what it is.
Okay.
Um, and it's, to me, it could be similar to a one night stand, or you may have somebody that you may do it on a regular, hook up on a regular. That's just something that
Now that's called friends with
those two
benefits.
people do.
That's called friends
Just
with benefits.
for whatever reason. Well, there you have it. There you have it.
But that is so true. That is so true. They can say, hey, I saw you 2 weeks ago. We had a great time. Let's do it again. Okay, cool. And do it again. No strings attached.
That's what I was getting with the one night stand, because I think a one night stand, if you wake up with a person, it's possible it could into something into something else, either serious or, like you guys said, where it's continuous one night stands, with no commitment and stuff of that nature. And that happens, especially I think it happens more in a mature setting, where both people, I'm saying this, you correct me if I'm wrong, if both people are over 40 and they don't want to really change their lifestyle, they just want to have fun, maybe go to dinner, drinks, have sex, then go back to their life and do whatever. I think that's what mostly, that's what I think the one night stands comes from, is those kind of people that do that. Denise said 66% have 6 of people have one night stands. Well, that's pretty deep. That's over half. Yeah. I'm not going to ask y'all if y'all ever had a one night stand. No. Because we know me and Henry never, ever have.
No.
Now, Vonda, we don't know about. We're going to assume because Vonda can choke us.
No. No. Don't do that, guys.
So that's a real good thing. I mean, and my second part to that same question before we go to the next, do you think, as mature people, as I said, over 40, you can actually continue to have a one night stand and want to be with a person, but not want to be with a person as a person over 40?
Man, I think it's easy to do that when you're over 40. I think it is, because at some people can get to the point in their lives that, okay, I only want to see you, twice a week, 3 times a week, and we're going to do this, and that's it. No strings attached, no pressure, no nothing. And that is happening very, very common today. I wouldn't have thought it, but yes, it is. It happens very, very much so. It's very live and real. So, and I think it's very common with the with the older crew, a group 40, 45, 50 years old,
Mhm.
and that's what they do. Yeah.
I
And Denise says an ego
Say
booster
what?
for men.
Well, it probably is.
It's an ego booster
I think
for
that'd be
men,
more of a hookup. I
Denise
think that'd
says.
be more of a hookup. It's that you be telling your boys, I think I can pull that tonight. Let me see. But
Mm-hmm.
so I agree with what you said, Vonda, and Harry. I think and Vonda, you chime in on this one. I think most professionals that really work long hours, like that work to 60 to 80
Mm-hmm.
hours a week, they ain't got time for a relationship. So I think that one night stand or slash hookup solves their purpose because it doesn't have to be every weekend. It could be every third weekend or whatever. They make time for that. Uh, not to I'm not gonna put anybody on blast, but I have a couple of friends that are in corporate America still, and they're both single, and that's what they do. They got a friend. They hang when they hang out, and if they don't hang out, it's fine. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess it works.
And some professionals who travel, they have somebody in every
That's
city,
true.
I guess,
Yeah, like them fraternity
to
boys, like the
accommodate them when they go.
Yeah.
Right,
That is
right.
true. That is, and that's very true. And I think everybody there's people that know that. There may be a lady that's in Dallas. There may be a lady in Atlanta and they know about each other and they know that that's what they know that there's no commitment there and they're comfortable. That's their
hmm
comfort zone. So they're comfortable in their comfort zone.
Well, I say, no harm, no foul, because I got
What?
to read
What?
this one. Denise,
What?
Denise said, Denise
What?
said, if that woman flirt 6.5 inches for a one night partner, Denise. So Denise, you can type this in there. We know you're listening. What's wrong with being 6.5? What if you a little longer or a little shorter? Is you can't have a one night stand? And while she's answering that question, I just think that it's okay if both parties agree to it. It can't just be I call you whenever and you answer the phone. I saw a clip on YouTube and the chick answered the phone and he said, "Hey baby, what you doing?" She was like, "Oh, I gotta go to work. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I'll call you later." Hung up. Then the homeboy, the Mandingo called and she, "Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I just called what you was doing. If you sleep, I'll let you go." "Oh no, I just woke up. I'm fine." So maybe Denise got something with that 6.5, huh? I guess the only person who can answer that question is
Fonda?
Vonda.
No, nope. I ain't gonna answer it. Nope.
Come on,
I
Vonda.
plead the
What was
fifth.
okay?
No, no.
Well,
But
uh,
there may be a 5.5 or 5.0 as long as you know what you're doing, and
yeah.
that's it. You know what I'm saying? So there it is.
Denise was laughing at you,
There
Vonda.
it
You
is.
know that, right?
Yeah.
I guess this. If she said whatever floats your boat, the host said
Yeah.
that.
Right.
So uh, all I can say that but fellas, first of all, don't get yourself embarrassed that if you under five, was it? If you under if you 6.4, don't have no one night stands or no hookups because they probably gonna the next time you see her in the group, the whole group gonna look at you because women do talk. Don't let them fool you. Women do talk. They tell details. And when I say details, I mean they tell details. They go into detail about everything you did and do. Don't drop your pants, men. I understand. Men talk as much, just too much. Uh,
Yeah, they
men,
do.
men don't. We brag. We brag.
That's
We'll
still a
make
form
a
of
woman
talking.
that's a
That's
three.
still a form of
We'll make it go. It's flattering. We'll make a woman a three, and we'll make her a 10 in our conversation. You know. So with
nah.
that being
Now,
said, I don't know
women,
if
women,
people think
women talk too. Women talk too,
they do.
Vonda.
Women
Yes,
be
they do,
tearing
and
it
I
up.
said men talk as well.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, you're right. It
Mm-hmm.
goes both ways, and we do talk. We
Well,
really talk.
the producers talking about a gossip like hyenas. Hyenas can't talk. They
Yeah,
can't
they
talk.
laugh.
What? They
Like I'm
can't
doing
talk.
that.
They just laugh.
See, like
Hold on,
like
y'all.
she doing right now. Like she doing right now. Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to 10 TV, the African American network. We have a local feel with a global reach. You're watching Out of Bounds, and here we. Yeah. Women do gossip. Women do gossip, and I think them little cliques that they in when you walk into a place, wherever they're standing or visiting at the same time, a nightclub, a party, workplace, wherever, and you walk in, you get a snicker. You know what they're talking about. You just can
Mm.
tell later if you're getting if the snickering was a good snickering or it was like, nah, bruh, I heard about you. I can't handle that. So, all right. With that being said, do you believe in love? Oh, at the barbershop. Hold on, Denise. We talk sports at the barbershop. We don't be talking about no women. We
No.
we,
Wait
we
a
go to the
minute now.
barbershop.
Wait. Yeah. Yes, y'all do, Nella. I'm gonna tell
Go
you
ahead.
my experience.
Okay.
When I was married, when I used to go to the barbershop with my spouse, there was a lot
Mhm.
of talking going on, much more than when I would go to the salon and there would be women there. And we just didn't, the salons that I went to, we didn't talk like that. But the barbershop, a lot of talking.
My
A lot.
barber is
I,
female.
What'd you say, Henry?
My barber is female.
Well, as a men there, it doesn't matter if the barber's female or male, it's mostly men there in the shop, right?
We talk sports.
Sports
I,
and
I don't.
other things, women too. And I know y'all watching the
I,
videos, music videos with all the half naked women and all that
Well,
stuff.
why they do that? Why does
I don't
Beyonce
know.
got
You tell me.
why does
No.
Beyonce got to put on?
we watch it because it's entertainment.
Yeah.
We watch it because it's entertainment.
And you talk about it too
See
while
no
you're
man up
watching.
there dancing like that.
Mm-mm.
Well, I would hope not. I mean, that's a female thing. You're right.
Only man that I saw with his booty out was Prince.
Prince, I knew you were going to say that. And the
Rest
high
in peace,
heels.
Prince.
He's the
Thank
only
you
man
for
that can wear
love.
high heels and it'd be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I saw him beat Dave Chappelle in basketball in them high heel shoes.
Yes,
Dave
sir.
Chappelle did
Sure
a skit
did.
on that.
Sure
He did a
did.
skit on. He said that was a real. He said it really happened that he outplayed him. Well, I got a question for y'all. Do you believe in love at first sight? That's the biggest question. Have
Nope.
you or anyone that you know of heard of has experienced love at first sight?
I
Well,
had a guy to say, boom, look at that woman over there. That's going to be my wife. She's going to be my wife. Okay. I just don't see that. I don't believe in love at first sight. Me personally, I believe in lust at first sight. I just don't believe in love at first sight because you don't know that person. You know nothing of that person at all. So how you know you love them? I just don't believe in that. I believe in lust at first sight. You can see somebody, hey, she's fine as all get out. I wouldn't mind doing whatever and walk up and say, hey, young lady, I got 24 hours in this town. We can do this or we can't. Bam.
and it doesn't have to be just a sexual thing. It could be just an intense. Well, you're right. Love at first sight, maybe that's not really so because, like you said, you don't know a person. So it could be just intense. I think first love at first sight could be equated to intense attraction or a connection. So that's what it feels
Okay.
like. It's like one of those feelings. You might get butterflies in your stomach. You might um
Be
it
like
feels
Tevin
like
Campbell.
love still, but I think it's just an intense attraction. The more I thought about
Well,
it, I know
Denise
my
said, "Go ahead, go ahead." I'm sorry.
no, I'm done. Go ahead.
No, Denise says she believes that yes, there's love at first sight. She said it happens in her family. Henry don't believe in it because you you're too busy in Egypt in each state's like laugh out loud.
Yeah,
So she said happened
yeah,
to her niece in church. Now I think maybe if you in church, you got that spiritual thing going on. I can buy that. I've seen a lot of beautiful women in my life, and I can't say I fell in love at the first time. I might have fell in like, but not in love. And I think
I
that's the
agree.
big difference. I think you fell in like for men. For men, I think it's a big thing for men because we tend to fall in like, and then either during a course relationship, either fall in love or fall out of like. I think for women, since y'all are definitely more in tune to your feelings, I believe that y'all can have love at first sight. You know, I have to say this, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of backlash from everybody that's listening, but color uh, fall in love at first sight because they need to know your FICA score, your
I
your your income, where you work for, what kind of job you have, what kind of car you ride. They be drilling you. I'm not saying that's every woman, Vonda. But I can
I
say that
don't agree. I
75%
don't.
of women.
Well, I
Go
don't
ahead, Vonda.
particularly agree with you because that's happened to me before. Meeting somebody for for the first time face to face, it was just an intense connection, and then that resulted in a relationship. But um, to say it's for love at first sight, that's pretty cliche. And I thought about that more and more when we talked about the topic last week, and I was saying that I believed in love at first sight, but more I think about it, it like Henry said, you gotta get to know a person, and but I do say that there's an intense connection, and then like Denise's
Now, I
family member in church, that could be a spiritual thing.
So,
yeah.
what's the
Now,
purpose of the woman
I
getting?
do think.
Go ahead, Terry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to say this. I believe that there is a possibility of love at first sight, but it's not in a human sight. I mean, when you see a puppy or something, I think you fall in love at first sight because you really love that little puppy, stuff like that. And I think that can be considered love at first sight. But I've been thinking between a man and a woman, I think it takes a little bit more than first sight. Like I said, it could be either lust or heavy light that you want to get to know that person. Um, and I think that I put Tevin Campbell's "Can We Talk" on our thing, so I had to give him a shout out. But I think when you listen to that song, he makes a point. He thought she was all she was, but he didn't say nothing at the first time. So when he saw her again, he said that, and then he asked, "Can they talk?" So I think you do have to talk to get over the hump for as far as a relationship. Maybe not. Now, if you have lust at first call, that's where that hook up your booty call show.
Mm.
But
So, what is
hey,
the purpose?
you
What is the
if you
purpose,
find
Vonda? Vonda, what is the purpose of the woman getting ready to go to the club? She put the booty pads on, the push-up bra. You know what I'm
oh,
saying? What's the purpose of all that?
I guess you have to ask the woman that does that. So, but anyway,
ooh,
I get,
good
we
good
talked
answer.
right, but we talked about that a few weeks ago about women
Mhm.
doing things to make themselves. It makes them feel good about themselves. It
Okay.
makes them pretty, feel pretty, and it's it's a self-esteem thing too. It could be part of that, but we like to enhance our looks, and so we do
Mhm.
what we do. I guess we just try to impress the
You're
men, or we do it for ourselves. It doesn't necessarily have to be impressing a man. Like when I dress up, I dress up more for me, because I try not to wear the skimpy things, all like what Henry was saying. But that's just me. But
Mhm.
I mean, you
Well,
you woke up like that this morning, right?
yeah, I woke up like that.
Denise, did you want to read Denise said, Vonda? You want to read what Denise
What
said?
did she say? It what I know
Doesn't
relationship.
matter how long. Go ahead.
Go
She
ahead.
said the first
I
one, the
don't.
one at the bottom first. She said the first one she said was, doesn't matter how long you date someone,
Mm.
some those relationships don't work out either. And then she said, I know relationships have been short and have and lasted for a long time. Now, that's kind of contradiction. I think you need to clear that up, Denise, because the host, I'm sorry, that was the host. But that is Denise. She
Well,
wrote her
no,
name. Denise said that.
what she was saying is she know relationships that have lasted a long time, and then there's some that have not lasted
Okay.
a long time. That's what she's saying.
Well, I just think I think this love game. I think this love game that mature people play because it's really a kid's game to fall in love, you know, the puppy love. But I think when you become an adult and it takes it's a lot more than fall in love and just looking at somebody. So I think that's the key right there. I think, and I was joking about the pro. I did phrase. Anyway, if y'all can hear me, y'all can hear me. I'm moving now.
I
I
got
think
you. I
that
got you. You good?
I think there's a lot more to it. And like I said, I was joking, but I think you have to interview that person and make sure that that's the person that you see in front of you later and not just his representative. I think that's what it is. So,
Yeah,
what do
you
you
have
guys
you
think?
have. Oh yeah, you have to do some
Go ahead,
research.
Ron.
You have to do some research. You gotta, yeah,
Oh, I'm sure you
find
women
out.
can do it. Google's your best friend.
Oh, I'm an
So,
uncertified agent.
so, so,
CPA.
so if Joe Blow walked into your life, Vonda, you gonna do what?
If what Joe Blow walked in my life,
What are you gonna do? You gonna Google Joe Blow?
at some point, probably, maybe. If I see some red flags, yes, I will.
Okay. Okay.
I can tell you most women probably do. I think they do.
Hmm.
Or if you run around in that same group setting, they put those antennas out there, don't feelers out there to find out what's going on with you. Are you lying or telling the truth? Believe that. So
Well, and let me ask you guys:
I,
is there something? Do you think there's anything wrong with that? With women doing
no,
that? Do you
I
think
don't.
there's something wrong or
No,
bad about it?
I don't see no
I don't.
problem with that. I don't think I've ever Googled a person that I was dating, you know. Uh, now granted, it's been a while since I've dated. So I
There
don't
wasn't no
think I've
Google
ever
back then.
wasn't no Google back then. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. You
It
just
was.
had to find
It
out
wasn't.
from
You had to find out the
conversation.
hard way.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
conversating.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
now these kids nowadays, they find out more information on a heartbeat. You get a name, they know your address, they know how much money you make. These people nowadays with this Google and whatever search they have, even some of
But
those women
it's all out
belong to
there
their.
on the internet. I mean, it's
It is. It is. It tells you divorced or married. It tells everything.
It
So
tells the whole
I
story.
think it's yeah.
if and then Google Earth can show where you live, where your house is. I mean, it's everything's out
And
there.
Oh
got a
yeah,
picture of
that
it
is
right
true.
there.
Got a picture of it right there.
That's it.
Exactly.
Hmm.
The,
Yeah.
Henry, the host said. The host said, "What are you? What about the hookup?" Ain't-"
I'm married.
that,
Ain't no
that is
hookup.
a
I'm married.
that is a great that's a great answer. That is a great answer.
Yeah.
Okay, take a second, everybody. I'm gonna give a station break. While I'm giving a station break, check out your Facebook page and see if anybody got any comments that we need to answer. Tan TV said BS, Henry, BS. Thanks for tuning in to Tan TV, African American Network. We have a local feel with a global reach. You're watching Out of Bounds with myself, T Rex, Miss Vonda at the top, her gorgeous self, and Big Bank, my frat brother at the bottom. So we just
Yep.
here
Yep. Yep.
chatting it out, trying to figure out if there's love at first sight. Please come on in and tell us if you know something that we don't know, either or, whichever way it goes. All right, Henry, go ahead. I'm sorry, brother. I wanted to get that out. I'm trying to get to my
Oh, no.
Facebook page so I.
Yeah.
No,
So
you
I
hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head 100%, man. Uh, it's just that, uh, like we said, man, the hookup. Uh, I think everybody has an intention. A single person, when they go out, they're going out with the intent to hook up with something. When you go to the
oh
club,
yeah.
that's their intent. So the woman's intent and well as the man's intent. That's the whole purpose for them doing that. A lot of them just not. I just want to go and listen to some music or an inspirational reading tonight. So they're not doing that. They going to hook up.
Listening to
Mm,
music, going to listen to music.
Yeah.
mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Okay, we're going now. I just think that it's kind of strange. I mean, here we are as adults, and we still play the game when you meet someone, and you know if they, you already know if you're gonna, especially women. They may not ever admit it, so I'm not gonna ask you, Vonda, to admit it. But I think women know when they meet a man if they're gonna, go to third base or fourth base with this man just
Hmm.
by how he presents himself.
Mm.
Now, I'm not saying it's gonna happen very. I always said this, even though I think we the greatest thing. You can go out, a man can go every night to find that woman. Woman goes out knowing she's gonna find that man.
Right.
Big difference. It's a big difference. They got all the cards. They got all the cards, man. They got all the cards. So it happens.
Mm.
Denise said, "I don't, but I have been. I have been short and have lasted for a long time. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still reading the same one, trying to figure out if it's been short, have a long time.
No, like what she said, she's known relationships that they've been short, and then there are
Mm-hmm.
relationships that have lasted a long time with
Oh, they
meeting
are. They
like
are.
for
Hookups.
the first time. Like,
True.
Hmm.
so
True.
what she's saying is it can't happen.
Right.
Long
Right.
Okay.
it can result in a long, fruitful relationship.
Right. And then when you start talking, women gossip. You talk about how men, but women gossip a lot. And I think that's what gets a lot of women in trouble because they start talking about their relationship that the hookup just had, and then her girlfriend sitting back in the cut. Well, I'd like to check that out. This is just a hookup. Let me see what's up. You know, and that happens.
Yeah.
That
Well,
happened. That's true.
that happened.
Hmm.
But I think if I can be so bold to say this, and Vonda, you correct me if I'm stepping out of bounds. I think on hookups or one night stands, no matter if it's good or bad, I think the woman still comes out on the short end stick because uh, we mentioned it earlier when we was talking about how many men a woman's had, and it's a little bit more different. It's not bragging rights, but for a man to have how many women he has is a bragging right. So I think when you have as a woman, if and I tell my daughters this. I wish Keesa were here because she could tell you. But I tell them that it's your body. You don't give it to anybody unless you want to, and then you make a decision. You have to make sure that it's going to be whatever the repercussions are. You can do. What do y'all think about
You
that?
can deal with. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Absolutely.
That's big facts.
Because we got it. We grown here. We grown here. Keep it real, and that's keeping it real. I mean, you go prime example. You go to homecoming. We got homecoming coming up in 3 weeks, and we'll be in Clarksville. We try to do a live show. So if you're listening in Clarksville, we're gonna be in town for homecoming. We're probably gonna do it Friday night. So we're gonna get out there, show how Clarksville and the P gets down. I
Mhm.
think when you go like the homecoming, and you have to be careful because not what's gonna be said later. I said something. What did he say? I can't see it. That's what I was trying my face to say. I'm trying to find it. I can't find it. Okay, hold on. Just I answer. I can't find it on my Facebook. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, that's the hardest part about you know hookups and that. I would love to see a relationship like that would fall in love at first sight and see that through. I'm not hooking up at home. I mean, and those can
What I
and those and those can be
She
Denise,
she she
Denise.
can she contradicting herself big time. She contradicting herself.
Oh, my cousin Kevin said it's often lust at first sight. Yeah, well,
Well,
me
that's
and Henry
true.
agree with that. Vonda didn't agree with that. Vonda, oh, you do agree with that, Vonda? Do women
Well,
lust?
yeah, a
That's
lot
what
of
I
them
got a
can be.
good
I
question.
mean, that's just true. Big
You know,
Daddy,
a
don't
woman is
get
lusting at
started.
you.
Denise said. What did you say?
Give us some insight, me and Henry and others listening, me and my cousin and Henry, on how can you tell a woman after you?
I'm waiting, Vonda.
No, he said how can you tell a woman that that's for y'all. Did you
Well, we
say how can
trying to get some insight. We trying to get
well, you
the
know
game.
that well, okay, we gonna keep it real. Um, it's you know, that eye contact, that body language. You have to watch all that. Yeah. First
Oh,
to
okay.
me, that's the main. Yeah. And if she approaches you, hey, then that's plus.
Right.
That's a plus.
Yeah.
Denise said flirting. My cousin
Yep.
Kevin said
Flirting.
it's better to say attraction at first sight than love at first sight because that's rare. Well, I agree on a standard. That's probably a standard. That's probably a good standard. That love at first sight would be an attraction, and it's very rare that, as Denise stated earlier, I think it was her niece or her cousin that fell in love at church and got it. Oh, Felicia's out there watching. Hey, Felicia, how you doing?
Hey, Lisa.
What's
See
up,
you at
Felicia?
homecoming.
What's
Look,
up,
look,
Felicia?
Henry, Felicia. I hope Felicia ain't having no one night stands or hookup doing on.
Now, Felicia,
And
Felicia
Laura's on
pulled
too.
that
Hey,
song.
Laura, how you doing?
Felicia
I'm
may
just
pull that
teasing.
song on you. I saw you walking in the rain.
You forever have a song, Henry. You always got a song.
Henry good. Henry good.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Boy.
Woo, that was a
Yeah.
good one. I got an extension break on that because that was a good one.
Well,
Thanks
let
for
me
tuning
let me
in.
turn that question around. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. Turn around. You start. I want
No,
go
do the
ahead.
station break.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in to TAN TV, the African American Network. We have a local field of global reach. I'm a little behind. I don't know why. Maybe I got too many devices on. But go ahead.
No, I
Go
was
ahead,
I
Vonda.
was gonna say how do we women know that you men are checking us out? What are some of the things you guys do?
Oh man, you got an array of things that you can do. If you're sitting there, you're drinking a glass of wine, or you're drinking a drink, I may buy you a drink or sit down and approach you and start a general conversation. If you like the approach, then you will open the door for that, and it starts from there.
That's good. Okay,
Mhm.
I agree with that.
Felicia said, for
That
our
sounds
guest,
good.
Felicia said she doesn't believe in at first sight. So mainly love her. That's what Felicia
That's
said.
true.
I know that's your girl, so we're gonna have to let you answer that. I don't know why I'm reason though.
No,
Let me cut everything. Go
yeah.
ahead.
I mean, she's some people don't believe in it, and it does have to grow. I said that earlier. You
Hmm.
have to get to know someone. It feels, you know what? It feels like love because it's like a bubbly feeling, and it just gets those dopamines going and that cortisol, and it just it's just a it's just a good feeling, and it feels like
Mhm.
love, and you probably want it to be love, And so
Hmm.
I think that's the biggest comparison to it, even though it is intense in attraction.
I agree
Oh,
one
okay.
hundred percent.
I agree with that. I have to agree with that. I just think that I think that it probably happens. I just don't think people go out and tell them that it's happening. I think they just say we've been together
Hmm.
for a minute, so you assume that. But
Well, let me ask.
I'm
Well,
still
you
trying.
know, since we're in the age of the computer, a lot of that's done on a computer now. So how do you do your computer dating? You go to blackpeoplemeet.com. You know, I think that's what's the commercial advertised. And so you put your profile on that, and Joe Blow or Jane Doe reads it, and hey, here we go.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's and the profiles are important. They're very important. And some, I guess some folks just look at pictures, but you gotta read. You gotta
So,
read.
so do you look at the pictures or you read a lot when you're doing?
I do both. I do.
You know, Henry,
It's
we
gotta
talked
be.
about it last. We talked about that while you was cruising, and
Uh
they came up with a term, catfishing.
oh.
Oh
You get
yeah.
catfishing.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
I
things
mean,
just don't
let's
add
just
up.
be. And then people put on their pictures from high school or when they were in great shape. Not me enough. I'm just playing. But
Hmm.
they put their best foot forward. And then you see them, they got a gray goatee, no hair, So that happens. Oh, Denise said something about Big Daddy.
She said that was last week's show. He missed it.
He
Okay.
missed it. Yeah, you really missed that one, boy. You,
My bad.
they was tearing me up. They was all over on me. I got even from the
Oh,
peanut gallery. The producer even jumped on me through text. So,
oh
Yeah.
man.
oh yeah, it
Wow.
happens though. It happens. That's if it what doesn't kill me makes me tougher, right?
That's
But I
right.
think that's
That's
the way
right.
it is. I just think that's the way it is. I mean, because
and
you have to really look at. Go ahead, Vonda. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
and something about in that dating sites, what I do, I read the profile, and I know, like, some may say, oh, I go to the gym, and I'm a foodie, or I eat healthy, and all these different things. I can tell. I'm like, well, let me just scroll on, because if I know I'm not going to be that particular man's preference. So that's why it's so important to read the profiles, because you can tell a lot. And some of them are very, very blunt, straightforward, and sometimes I think they're kind of harsh. And if they seem really harsh in their profile, I skip that anyway, because to me, I mean, that's the first impression I get, that you know you may be a little narcissistic,
Crazy.
or maybe a little mean.
Right. Right.
Maybe a lot of me.
Yeah.
Right.
I just. I mean, I've looked at them, but they always either have their best foot forward, and then. But my most of my information comes not from the dating sites. It's from some of the women that I know when we're at settings, especially fraternity and sorority settings. Uh, you can ask questions and they'll tell you truthful answers. And like Vonda said, they do read the things. But my question to people like that, Vonda, my question to you is: do you always leave true if it sounds, you know, 6'4", 30 pounds, own business, blah blah? Do you really think that's true?
I don't know. I'm not necessarily. And I compare. Like, if you say you're from, what, maybe Clarksville, and then you got some different high schools on there, then I know those don't match. So you have,
Oh yeah.
somewhere there's some truth not in there. And so I kind of
Hmm.
get a little detailed when, and I look at all that. If you drink, if you smoke, or you have all those preferences on there. And so those are things that I look at, and because I that can weed
Hmm.
out, you know, that weeds out, that vets those out that I wouldn't definitely not be interested in.
So drinking is a deterrent for you?
I don't.
No. I mean, well, drinking to excessive drinking. Now, I see occasional
Okay.
on there or social. Yeah, but if you say I don't know about that one.
Okay.
I have to see.
Well, I know
Gotcha.
people. I know people are glad every day. I know
Well,
people
yeah,
who have
that's
a
why I
glass
said
of
I
wine.
have to see, but
Uh,
but if you posting pictures, all your pictures are cigars and you got brandy or all your pictures then that I don't know.
Gotcha. I
You know
understand
what
what
I'm
you're
saying?
saying.
brown liquor.
I
Because
understand.
I mean, yeah, and why would you post all those type of pictures? One is fine, but I mean all your pictures like that's just says something to
That's a
me.
bit much.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
just me as a woman. That's not
Maybe that person just posting pictures when they out. They
maybe
out partying. They just
that's
take a
that
picture when they
you
party.
know. Then there again, I go back to the profile. So we'll see. And you're right. So
Oh yeah. True. You got to go through the profile.
I agree.
I don't. We beat that horse up. Horse up. I think that's what's for men. I'm pausing, so excuse me if I'm still pausing. I say for out men. Uh, my advice is put my on your page for you want to attract a woman.
wow. Okay, Terry.
No, I'm just saying the truth is be honest with yourself, man. Be honest with yourself and be honest with the people. Because if you what happens if you're phony and then you meet the perfect woman or the perfect
Right.
man,
Right.
then
Right.
Right.
come. So I just
That's the
well, we're
whole
about
key.
to get
That's
up.
the whole key, man.
Well, oh, see,
That's the whole key there, Terry, man. I think you just got to be honest about anything that you do.
Yeah. Honesty is the key.
Yep. Most definitely is.
Absolutely.
oh man, the producer said somebody got me feeling myself. I'm touching myself, girl.
What? What?
I'm,
Oh,
What? What?
that's what she
get your frat brother, Henry.
What?
Please.
that's what she touching myself. I don't know.
That's what she doing.
She said her comment. I didn't see your comment. I didn't see these, but yeah, I think I think this love thing is. Uh,
It is.
I think it means things to be a lot easier than than what it is for you to be. I think it should be the first thing shouldn't be maybe look should attract. I think the happiness that you have a person is more important. And I think that so with all jokes aside,
I think
that's what I think
I think
that's
the
the
happiness that you have with yourself is the most important thing. You gotta
mhm.
love you first, man. You gotta love you and you gotta respect you before you're able to love anybody or respect anybody else, you know. And I also think too, man, look how a person treats his sister, his mom, or how she treats her brother or her dad.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And you can learn a lot from that.
Yeah, those are telltale signs, especially
Mhm.
for
That
a
is
man for
true.
me.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Those are
If he loves his mama, there's a good
Mhm.
chance that he'll treat you right.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
well,
I want to
you
shout
want a
out to
mama's boy?
huh? Who? Who's
You
a
want a
mama's boy?
mama's
Henry's a
boy?
mama's boy? Oh, do I
You
want a
said
mama's
we
boy?
love you.
No,
See, wait.
no, 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 not necessarily. You can love your mama and not be
Okay,
now a mama's boy.
a mama's boy. Okay.
We yeah, we when think of a mama's boy, I think of Jody and what's that movie? With Raji P. Henson. Baby boy. Yeah,
Baby boy.
right.
Baby
Baby
boy.
boy.
Yeah.
Baby
Oh,
boy.
Oh, you talking about the part where he in the kitchen
before
cooking?
you get this. That's what you talking about.
Yeah,
Didn't
she's
read
talking about
yet.
Ben
Before you
Reens in
go
the
anything,
kitchen cooking.
I got to say something, Denise. What do you mean, like drunk Kappas? Kappas don't get drunk.
What?
Mm.
There's not. There's not enough liquor drunk.
She said she
Anyway,
liked drunk Kappa.
You better be glad she's not on here. Just be
Boy,
glad. Just
what
be
what
glad.
oh,
what?
I like.
She got to
Oh, I
explain.
didn't read that. All right, but we don't get
Yeah,
drunk.
no, we don't get drunk. What's she talking about?
I think she take advantage of
Yeah,
it.
somebody might play drunk now.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to some of my friends. Carlo Thomas, Royce Hall, Sandra Lewis Darisaw is my um sister-in-law, sister-in-love used to be, still is, and Miss Edwina. Thank you guys for tuning in to our show today. Thank you.
Did Edwina go to Austin P?
Henry,
No, I don't know. I don't
Okay,
think she did.
okay.
that name sounds
Cool.
familiar. That
Sounds
is not a
very
common
familiar.
name.
I know a Edwina that went to Austin P.
That's not her.
That's not her. Okay, cool. That'll
Oh,
work.
okay.
She's a part of my
Well, the
she's
people's on my page.
extended part of my.
Go ahead.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
Oh, I wasn't, so I apologize if I'm over walking over y'all. I want to give a shout out to everybody that I don't know. I can't access my Facebook page for the first day. Really going behind on my video. So I'm going to give it over to Henry to say what he has to say, and then we'll get out of here.
Man, I just want to say, dude, I've been missing in action. Went on a cruise to the great country of Mexico. Had a great time there, 5 days and 5 nights. Back here in the city, back here in the States now. And I really wished I could have tuned in, but man, the packet that I purchased, they got me on that one, man, for my internet service. They got me. So I wasn't able to log in, but man, I'm glad to be back stateside and man, just saying hi, what's up to everybody, and man, keep hope alive. Yep.
Well, I got one more thing to ask you guys since we got to cut for a second. What are y'all this government shut? Brief synopsis of opinion.
Here we go again. Here we go again. And pray to God that they're given 45 more days, right?
Yep.
Oh, hopefully. Because that would be terrible for military not to be paid and other governmental workers. As hard as times are now, it's just that would be travesty.
It is. It's you look at America right now. America is in bad shape right now. It really is. You look at the mayoral races in each one of the cities or states that they're in. You look at the presidential candidates that we have. Who do we have to count on, man?
Right.
Who is strong enough to lead in a positive way and be strong in their convictions? It's sad. I look at Robert Kennedy. He's has thrown his name in the hat now. Of course, Joe is going to try to do it again, and Joe is 96 years old, and but
not that old.
but I mean, so and then the guy in Florida, he's not a viable candidate in my opinion. That's just my opinion. We're just not in a very good state of mind right now.
I agree.
I agree on that. And I think Agent Orange probably his personal that he's fighting and not continue to run this country the way. But with that, 10 American Network, we have a long reach. You're watching Out of Bounds with Rex. Just a smiling, and we got a sick. She's been kicking it in, typing to us so we can keep saying her things. I say to everyone, good night. Watch us next week. I'm sure everybody will be here. Hopefully Denise will feel better. And we'll comment. My Facebook will be slow. With that being said, take us away, producer.